Hello friends, welcome on my channel Jagdish Chaube. Hope all of you are doing fine. This particular video, part 3 of Metallurgical Quality Control Series 2 is on Charpy impact test, which is one of the very important tests as far as any metallurgical industry or lab is concerned. So let's see what it contains. But before I go in detail about this Charpy impact test, let me tell you about the flashback what earlier videos I have released. The part 1 was on Germany hardenability test and part 2 was on erection cupping test. Both of these videos have been appreciated very well and they are both presented in Hindi as well as in English so that everybody can understand it. So if you have not seen these two videos, you must go and see it, because it is very necessary to go through all these videos and see at the full length, then only you will gain something. Okay. So what I am going to cover in this video is, first of all, the purpose, then test equipment or material, test procedures, precautions to be taken during testing, problems and possible solutions, and application. What is the purpose? The purpose of this test is to determine ability of a material to withstand impact test. Means the main purpose is what is the impact strength of that material, that is checked by this particular test, which is known as Charpy impact test. So this is one of the purpose. The other purpose is to measure the amount of energy absorbed by the specimen during the fracture. This also measures the amount of energy which is absorbed during fracture. So this is also one of the purpose of the testing. Then the third is, the test is used to evaluate relative toughness or impact strength of the material. So the other purpose is that if you want to determine the toughness or impact strength of the material, then you have to carry out this particular test. And the last one is, the toughness or impact strength determination helps in detection of faulty heat treatment. Overheated or burnt steel shows loss of impact value. This is also one of the purpose of this test, is that by doing this test, you detect whether the heat treatment given to that particular piece was faulty or okay. Was it overheated or the steel used was burnt? Both the cases, the value of the impact test will be less as compared to their standard value. So all these are the four purposes of why we go for this particular test. What are the equipment used? The main equipment is Charpy impact test is shown here. See, this is your main equipment and this is the main frame, and then attached to this is a pendulum, where this at the end the weight is attached with a definite weight is there, and at top of this there is a scale is there for measuring of the impact value directly. The upper one was for Charpy test, and the lower one is for impact test for IJOD test. So this particular scale is used for both Charpy as well as IJOD impact test. And this particular frame down below this is the fixture where this particular sample is fixed on the supports. Okay. And this particular hammer, it is raised here up to 135 and then it is released very smoothly. It goes here and breaks the sample. So suppose the earlier height was, example, if this is the height from where it has been directed. So if this is the height H1 and here it goes up to H2, then the energy absorbed will be mg H1 minus mg H2, and that energy unit is joules, and then we get the joules energy, and the same thing is directly measured here with this scale. Okay, there are 2 pointers are there attached to this system, testing system. So this also has a particular importance for confirming that whether machine is okay or not, if there is any zero error or something or not. Okay, this is the test samples. Generally, it's a V notch is there, and in this again, this is 10 millimeter square sample, and you see here I have just shown you in detail about the test sample. This V notch is there, and the load is coming over here. It is just opposite to the V notch. Here we have taken V notch sample, okay, and then it is supported here, then it breaks here. So this particular section has been shown slightly boldly in this diagram. Now going about this dimensions and other thing about this test pieces. So these are details of this test piece dimension. This is a total length is around 55 millimeter, and this is 10 millimeter square cross-sectional area, and this particular height which is there, if you see this notch, V notch, then from top it is 8 and from bottom it is 2 millimeter. Similarly here also the same requirement is there, 10 square mm, 55 this, but the shape is V notch. Instead of V notch shape, it is U shape. The notch is U shape. See the direction, and almost all the details are same, like this distance and this is same in this case. But how these notches are made? These notches are made by this particular cutter. These are notch cutters. One is for Charpy U notch and the other one is for V notch also. So this is used to create this V notch and U notch. Okay. And this last diagram I am showing is when this test is done, this is the test piece here, and when it is broken, it breaks into and it fractures here. This is that machine area, so this is showing slightly shining, but this rest of the part is a fractured part. By seeing this fractured part, you can judge whether it is ductile or it is brittle. In case of ductile, it will show steel grey fracture, smooth fracture, whereas in case of brittle, it will be a crystalline, bright, shining fracture. Okay, so this is one of the purpose of doing this, that if you want to know that whether that material is brittle or tough, you can do this test and you can determine whether material was tough or brittle. So let's move further. Test procedure. See, in the beginning I am telling you, if you have to go in detail about this, you have to refer. For U notch, you have to refer 1499, 1977, okay, for U notch, and for V notch, it is IS 1757, 1988 for V notch, okay. So before you go for the test, you have to verify whether your machine is okay or not. In this particular case, what is done? Raise the pendulum to the latched position, angle 135. Here this pendulum is raised up to this. There is a latching system is there. When you raise it, it goes and get it latched at that particular position. So you have to raise it, then bring the pointers at the maximum 300 marking on the upper scale. On the upper scale, see, this is slightly bold diagram of this scale. This is the upper scale is this one is the lower, and the upper one is, it has gone slightly dark. It is top of that. Okay. So in that case, if you see, you have to bring to 300 up to maximum 300 both these pointers, and then you have to release. Okay. And it goes there and it breaks. And in this case, this particular pointer, one of the pointer will go to the direct value, whatever has come. So in case of zero setting, you have to set like this. You release the weight and the pointer, both the pointers should come at 0. Now we go further. The point number 2 in this test procedure is that place the test piece on the support against the anvil accurately. This is an important thing, that you have to place the piece, and this piece is placed horizontally on the support, and along with this notches, that direction has to be confirmed. So this accuracy is required here. Then repeat the procedure as mentioned in point 1. Then you have to do the same thing. You bring both the pointers to the 300 scale. Okay, because earlier you have 0 setting you have done earlier here it was 0. Okay, bring 300, and then pointer, then what you have to do, then you pointer stops after breaking the test piece. Note down the reading on the scale. When it goes down, then it breaks the piece, and this particular pointer will come over here. So this will give a direct reading. Instead of any calculation, you can directly read it from here. Here in this particular diagram, it is shown approximately 7 joules. So in this case, it is 7 joules. So report the value in joules as impact strength of the test piece. But then what you have to do, you have to check at least 3 pieces. And then you have to calculate the same thing. And after that you average out, and then you report the impact strength of that particular metal. So this is how this procedure is there. But still you want to go in further detail, please visit these standards, IS standard, to know all the details. Okay. Variables affecting impact strength. What are the variables that affect impact strength? First of all, it is above some critical velocity, impact strength appears to decrease markedly. See, whatever way you are releasing this load, it goes with certain velocity. This weight is pendulum, it goes with this certain velocity. So in this case, if it up to some critical value, it is okay. But if you increase that, then the impact value will decrease markedly. So you have to see that your velocity and the weight and all those things are as per the specification. Okay. Then the second variable which affect is impact strength per unit cross-sectional area with the increase in the dimension. As the dimension of the piece increases, test sample, like instead of 12 millimeter, you take 15 millimeter or 12 millimeter, 20 millimeter square. So if you check that, then you will find that the value will increase in this case. So this also affects. Okay. Then the third is angle of the notch does not affect result unless it exceeds 60 degrees. It means that the angle of the notch, okay, whether it was 45 degree, but if you go slightly higher also, it will not affect unless it goes more than 60 degree. So this also you have to take care. Then the energy of rupture decreases as the sharpness of the notch. As you increase the sharpness of the notch, the impact value will go down. Because you know what is this purpose of doing this sharp notch is this notch at the tip of the notch, this creates a stress razor basically. So under a stress condition and dynamic condition, dynamic in the sense that load is coming here with a particular velocity. So this is generally created to see with this notch to what extent this can be, if you increase the sharpness, then the value will also increase. So you have to take care that the angle, the notch angle is perfect. The lowering the temperature decreases impact strength. This is also one of the part. If you do impact strength at different temperature, and if you raise the temperature high and do in the same condition, you will see that the impact value decreases as you increase the temperature. Okay. So decreases means it will behave brittle, and this is the reason why this particular test is done by scientists to know that what is the ductile brittle transition temperature in case of any steel. Okay. Precaution. What precautions should be taken? First of all, the sample must be prepared as per the specified dimension, particularly notches. This is okay. Then the test samples must be placed in the fixture at correct position, particularly notch direction. This also, the notch direction, whether it is U or V, it has to be opposite to the falling load. Okay, this has to be, and this has to be fixed rigidly in the test fixture. Verify the accuracy of the machine prior to any test. This I have explained you in the earlier. Okay, point number 1, then you have to verify the machine also for zero error. Then provide necessary safeguard or arrangement to avoid any accident after breakage of the test piece. This also is required because in this case when you are breaking the piece, it fractures into 2 parts and pieces may go hayway. So you have to take corrective action and safety measure. Just make a safeguard or keep a fixture in front of machine so that if the piece breaks also there is no harm. So this safety measure you have to take. And the last one is that calibration of machine, which includes weight, angles, angle of lift, then functioning of the brakes, as well as velocity of the falling hammer. So all these things are to be calibrated properly, and that to be at Annually you must calibrate this machine because there are so many variables. Okay, so that has to be done. What are the problems and their possible solution? So problems are basically variation in impact value, and this I am telling you here. The first is releasing of the pendulum without shock and vibration. Whenever you are releasing the load through this pendulum, that this pendulum has to be released very smoothly, and there should not be any vibration or shock. Otherwise, it will going to affect the value. So this is a possible solution. Then faulty heat treatment also, you have to confirm that heat treatment is okay or not. If it is not okay, then also it will create problem. And check notch geometry and location. All these things are very important, and they are solution to this particular problem where you find impact value varying in different cases. Then test piece falling before strike. Sometimes test piece falls also. Sometimes there is a half fracture. It's not getting fully fractured also. So in this case, ensure first of all that test pieces are fixed properly. And the second case, if the test piece has not broken properly in two pieces, then you have to repeat this test. This I have not written, but you take care of this problem as well as their solution. Okay. So what is the applications? So the applications are Charpy U-notch test is done for brittle material, e.g. cast iron and plastics, whereas Charpy V-notch is used for steel. So V-notch we are using for steel, and that is being tough also. And in case of U-notch, we are checking cast iron or plastic which are brittle. So this is a one difference and the application difference between U-notch and V-notch in Charpy test. Then the Charpy impact test is used to determine the quality of heat treatment. This I have explained earlier also. That quality of heat treatment is also determined by this particular test. Okay, whether it is tough or brittle or the structure is okay or not. And the last one is it is used more as a comprehensive test rather than a definitive test. So this is a basically comparative test. Whether you take a material quality or you take a heat treatment quality, this particular test is just to compare the impact strength of different steel under different conditions. So I think I have explained in brief about this particular, and I have taken care most of the important points. However, still something is left, then you can refer to the main Indian standard which I have already mentioned. And I think you will like this, and if you like, please like it on my YouTube channel. You also give your comments. If you have some question regarding this, you can mention your question also. I will try to answer this question in my coming slides. And the third is that if you are new on this channel, then kindly subscribe it also. And also share this. This is a very useful thing which I am sharing all metallurgical testing at one point. Okay. So all those people who are saying this, they will be definitely getting benefited out of this video. So it is requested that you also share this video with your WhatsApp friends or WhatsApp colleagues or your working colleagues, so that they also gain out of these videos. So thanks for listening and having a good patience of listening by this video. The next part which I am coming is on IZERD impact test on part 4. So I just request you to kindly wait till that part comes, part 4, IZERD impact test on impact testing machine. Okay. So thank you very much for your patience. Thanks again.